Well, hello and a happy Sunday, folks. It's the SaxaVord Sessions time again, all the way from the SaxaVord spaceport up in Shetland, up in Unston, Shetland Islands. It's not a bad day here today. It's cold. Davey and I were just speaking to our friend Raymond Chuk and his wife Jane in Spain, and it was 28 degrees centigrade. Here it's 11. But there we go. Anyway, lovely to see you all joining us. This is the SaxaVord Sessions. Please hit the share button for us. The bigger the audience, the better. It was lovely last night to meet a lady in the lounge bar when I was playing there, who was the secretary of the Toronto Royal Scottish Country Dance Society. And we'd met each other online, but never met each other in person. So it was lovely to see Cheryl O'Donnell there last night. She's over for a thing called the Shetland Wool Week, where there's going to be a lot of jumpers made this week, Davey. There's going to be a lot of gansies. So here's one for Cheryl, the Hamilton House, the country dance. Enjoy. This is one you see at the real parties and everywhere. So keep your comments coming in. Let us know about how you're getting on and where you are. Or just say, hello, Davey and Peter. We'd love to hear from you. Right, there we go. There we go. Just about a wee set of jigsaw, the same tune. I forgot the second tune, so I had to make up the second part. But there we go. That's how it goes. That's Sundays for you. Lovely to see so many folk joining us. Hello, Nell. Hello, Stephen. Hello, Christine. Hello, Alexa. Hello, everybody. Hello, Joanne. Hello, Marge. Oh, my goodness. There's loads of people. When I play a video, I'll put some comments up for you. Let us know where you are, what's happening where you are, anything exciting. And we'll take it from there. Here is a wee waltz this time. I said I would play this for Anne that works here last week. Anne's a manager here at SaxaVord, and she's been out on holiday to Sorrento in Italy. And I play a wee tune called Sorrento Thoughts. So this is for Anne. So she's not got a suntan. She was maybe inside. I don't know. So here's Sorrento Thoughts. It's a lovely wee tune. Hello, John. There's John Anderson down in Lerwick. John's life revolves around music just now. Remember the video we played at Oslo? That was John that shot that video for us in the pub, and he done a couple last night. Aye, great to see John. I think he's got more music coming for the Faroese group that's down just now, Spila Minar. Barry, that used to play here, Barry Nisbet with us sometimes. Barry's organised the Faroese group to come down. They've done a couple of concerts this week, and I think they're in the lounge today. I'm not exactly sure of the time. Maybe John will tell me. Is it maybe 4 o'clock or something? They're going in for a wee while to play. So here is Sorrento Thoughts. Enjoy it. There we go, Sorrento Thoughts. I've just thought with that camera, you can't see my new shoes, right? I've got Royal Stuart tartan ones on today. Karen really doesn't know it. You can't see them properly. Karen doesn't like these ones. I can't bend that much to show you them. Anyway, there we go. That's it. David McDonald. David says, good afternoon from the Isle of Jura. Having a blast at the Jura Music Festival. Fantastic. And John Anderson says, the Faroese group are in the lounge bar from 4 o'clock to 7 today. So if you're not doing anything this afternoon, there you go. And you know a few Faroese songs. Along you go. That'd be good. Lovely to see so many folk joining us. If you've got any requests, give us a shout. I found this wee video that I'm going to play you now. A great man, Alistair MacDonald. Lovely man to work with. I worked with Alistair over the years 2 or 3 times with different things, Hogmanay shows and things. I remember Alistair used to have the show with Peter Morrison, didn't he, at one point? They'd done that thing. But Alistair's a great wee character. And made this song very famous. The Geely Peace song. For all our friends abroad and overseas, a Geely Peace is just a jam sandwich or a jelly sandwich, whatever you like it. And the story's self-explanatory here. Here's the Geely Peace song by Alistair MacDonald.
I'm a skyscraper away, I live on the 19th floor. I'm no going out to play ony more, 'cause since we've moved to Castlemilk I'm wasting away, 'cause I'm getting one less meal every day. Oh, you can't fling pieces out a 20-storey flat. 700 hungry wains, I'll testify to that. If it's butter, cheese or Julie, if the breeder's plain or pan, the odds against it reaching earth are 90-91. On the first day, my ma threw me a dod of Hovisbroon. It came skiting out the windy and went up instead of down. Now every 27 hours it comes back into sight, for my piece went into orbit and became a satellite. Oh, you can't fling pieces out a 20-storey flat. 700 hungry wains, I'll testify to that. If it's butter, cheese or Julie, if the breeder's plain or pan, the odds against it reaching earth are 90-91. On the second day, my mammy thought she'd try another go. The Salvation Army band was playing down below. On what Christian soldiers was the piece they should have played, but the Oompa man was playing on my piece and marmalade. Oh, you can't fling pieces out a 20-storey flat. 700 hungry wains, I'll testify to that. If it's butter, cheese or Julie, if the breeder's plain or pan, the odds against it reaching earth are 90-91. And on the third day, my mammy thought she'd try just once again. She went and hit the pilot, oh, a fast, low-flying plane. He scraped it off his goggles, shouting through the intercom, the Clydeside Reds have got me with a bleeding Geely bomb. Oh, you can't fling pieces out a 20-storey flat. 700 hungry wains, I'll testify to that. If it's butter, cheese or Julie, if the breeder's plain or pan, the odds against it reaching earth are 90-91. We have rode away to Oxfam to try and get some heat, and all the wains in Castlemilk have formed a peace brigade. We're gone to march to Georgie Square to claim our civil rights, like nae mere pussies our peace-flinging heights. Oh, you can't fling pieces out a 20-storey flat. 700 hungry wains, I'll testify to that. If it's butter, cheese or Julie, if the breeder's plain or pan, the odds against it reaching out are 90-91.
Fantastic. The Geely Peace song. By here, the bass player was fairly moving in that one, eh? Dum, 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 dum. Anyway, that was the Geely Peace song by Alistair MacDonald. Great entertainer, Alistair. The other one I like is Sam the Skull, the song that he does about the Glasgow cat that eats the rats. and fights with the occasional farmer's bull. Mrs. Fordyce up here, one of the teachers at the school's got a new kitten and it's called Angus, and I'm not sure if my wee boy Angus is impressed or not. I'm not sure yet. So, a great name for a cat though, Angus. Christine's joining us with Dingwall there, I noticed, and Christine likes some pipe marches. So here is, well, the first one's really a pipe hornpipe in a way. It's the Wee Man for Skye. And the second one I'm going to play today is a new modern hornpipe called Finlay and the Chipmunk. Why no? There we go. That was the Wee Man from Skye and Finlay and the Chipmunk. There we go. What is that? Nell says, according to her translator, it says it's the Julie Peace song.
Yeah.
Turn the translator off then. That'd be easier. Yeah, that'd be good. Here's a wee video this time. This is, Robin Thompson says, the Barn Rocks Aden, please. Yes, I'll play that after this video. No bother at all. And Davy used to live there. Davy lived in Aden. Your dad was out there with the King's Own Scottish Borderers, the Cosbys, in short, which Davy's dog's called now, Cosby. So, Davy, you were there for a few years, weren't you? Aye, in Aden. The Barn Rocks, were they barren? They're very barren. first-hand information. Hello, Diane Crawford. How are you? This is SaxaVord Sessions, folks. This is the show we do every Sunday, 1:30. Play a wee selection of tunes and videos. And next week and the week after, we're going to start doing something a wee bit special. We're going to bring a guest on from somewhere and let them play you a couple of their videos as well from all over the world. That's our new trick. So, well, it's an old trick, but we're restarting it again. Hello, Kenneth McKenzie. How are you doing? Good to see you there. Excellent. I hope you're still having a tune and playing away fine. Great composer, Kenny. Mouthy piper, mouth organ player, piper. Great stuff. He's got some great tunes anyway, that's for sure. Here's a wee video that I shot a couple of months ago now. And it's done all right. It got 45,000 views in this one. This is me standing in amongst the heather with my kilt on, playing the Wild Mountain Time and the Massacre of Glencoe. And believe me, it would have been a massacre before long if the midges had kept coming. And this is, I done this because I just got my new kilt, which is the Cairngorm Tweed kilt. It's not actually a tartan as such, but Cairngorm Tweed. So enjoy. Here you go. Here's the Wild Mountain Time. There we go. That was the Wild Mountain Town and the Massacre of Glencoe, just outside Bray in Shetland. That was recorded in the hillside. And Gloria, thank you for pointing that out. Every day is a school day, and I never realised why Davy's dog was called Cosby, but I was referring to the KOSB, regiment, the King's Own Scottish Borderers. Davy's just explained to me why his dog's called that. Anyway, if I caused any offence, I do. He's a border terrier as well, but if I caused any offence, I am exceptionally sorry. Every day's a school day. Stevie Hughes says, my father-in-law also served in Aden with the Royal Horse Artillery. Davy says there wasn't that many horses about when he was there. But there we go. And hello, Molly and Inverurie. That's good. Right, who was it? Robin in New Zealand asked for the Barn Rocks Aden. So, what did I just put, Davy? My big feet, my big tartan feet. Yeah, that's good. Right, so here is the Barn Rocks Aden for Robin. And I'll see what happens after that. I'll think of something as I go. There we go. That was the Barn Rocks of Aden. Stephen says his father-in-law was a field gunner. On a horse. I don't know if he was on a horse or no. I've no idea. I'm not going any further with this. The second one there was Campbell's Farewell to Redcastle. And the last tune was another military one called Cockney Jocks, which was apparently what the used to call the Scots boys when they were down in London, the Cockney jocks. So it might even refer to a regiment. I'm not sure, but there we go. But that's getting away for the KOSBs. Now that I came up there. Thanks, Kenny, says Magic. Raven says, hello, Peter. Now, sounding clear as a bell here. The rolling sounds fab with piano, bass and chords plus musette. It's terrific. Not forgetting the brilliant playing he added on after that. Thanks very much. That's nice of you, Raymond. Here's a trip to Bavaria, starting off with Hamish's tune, The Remits of Hereford. Andrew Rankin wrote. A nice wee tune. A wee set of reels for you. There we go. Yeah, Joanne Redden said there as well. It's not so nice to hear them called what I called them earlier. It hadn't been for some of them would not be here. My great uncle was killed while serving with them in Gallipoli. Gee whiz. On the 12th of July 1915. Once a borderer, always a borderer. Yeah, the King's Own Scottish Borderers. And as I say, I apologise. I didn't know that. I had never heard that before, and I'd heard people calling them that for years. But there we go. You learn something every day. What was the last tune, says Adeline? That was Mrs. Mary Printy by Ian MacPhail. The last three were by Ian there. C.M. Barber, compliments to the late Gordon Jimison. That was Graham Jimison that plays the drums with me in the band, his brother, Gordon down in Pomferson. And the last one was Miss Mary Printy. Here is a wee video for you this time, with a wee bit of scenery on it for you, from our beautiful Shetland Islands. This is Davy Sinton over here, playing combolins and there's all sorts of musical arrangements going on here with this tune, and it's the old Irish tune, Carrick Fergus, which is a beautiful tune. So enjoy the combolins and some scenery up at, I think we're looking out towards Muckle Flugga here, which is just not that far away from here at all, looking out towards the lighthouse and things. So here's Carrick Fergus. Enjoy. Isn't that beautiful? Carrickfergus, a lovely melody. Really, really. I'm not having a good day today, though, because David just pointed out there's no combolins on that one. Just Spanish guitars. For Raymond out in Spain, that's the Spanish guitar, but it's a lovely thing. And that's, you saw Muckle Flugga Lighthouse there. It must have been something else in the olden days when you get put out there to man that place for... I don't know how long they went for at a time, I'm not sure, but it was quite a while when you were out there, 2 or 3, you'd have to get on with the person, wouldn't you? Take a lot of books in the days. There was no internet, there was nothing. Gee, it was. Stevie Hughes is absolutely right. It's a very haunting tune. It's lovely. It's nice to hear it played like that. Nell Gregg says she's got a friend, has a folk group called Muckle Flugga. And you've got the right spelling. You're all right with the spelling. Now, I've always wondered about that because I've seen them advertising now, and it's an Edinburgh folk group, and I always wondered why they were called Muckle Flugga. Maybe there's a Shetland connection somewhere, I don't know. But I always thought, playing at the Fair Mile Heed in this week, Muckle Flugga, and I thought, sounds like they should be playing in Bressa or something like that, no? But anyway, there we go. So that's it. Here's a wee tune Will Starr used to play called Dancing Fingers. A wee different one for the change. I forgot to point out, Robin in New Zealand says it's 2 a.m. in the morning there. That's dedication for you sitting listening to the SaxaVord Sessions. Which reminds me to say, remember, you can just catch it and catch up if you want. If you want to wait to the morning, you don't have to watch it straight away. Molly says, could you play the Blue Danube, please? I'm wondering if I can remember it all. I'll tell you what, Molly, I'll look it out for next week again, because I used to play it all the time. Ba, ba, ba. I'll look at it and I'll revise it for you for next week, certainly. No bother at all. Here is the chorus this time, singing The Hawks of Cromdale, which I always thought was quite a similar style tune to Campbell's Farewell to Redcastle, that kind of Scottishy thing where it goes. That's about it. That's about the only connection, right enough. And interestingly, Robin was saying when we played after that request for them with Barn Rocks Aden, and we played Campbell's farewell to Redcastle, and he said, what a coincidence, they're in Campbell just now. Campbell, yeah. Campbell, New Zealand. So here we go. Here, anyway, is the Corries with Campbell's farewell to Redcastle.
As a coming by Auchindoun, just a wee bit fae the tune, tae the Hielands I was bound to view the halls of Cromdale. I met a man in tartan true, speered at him what was the news, go he the Hieland army ruse, that ere we come to Cromdale.
We were in bed, sir, every man, when the English host upon us come. A bloody battle then began on the halls of Cromdale. The English horse, they were so rude, bade their hooves wi' heel and blood, but our brave clans who boldly stood upon the halls of Cromdale. But alas, we could no longer stay, and o'er the hills we come away. Sir, we did lament the day that ere we come to Cromdale. Thus the great Montrose did say, Hieland man, show me the way. I will over the hills this day to view the halls of Cromdale. They were at dinner every man, when the great Montrose upon them come. A second battle then began on the halls of Cromdale. The Grant, Mackenzie and Mackay, as Montrose did espy, then they fought most valiantly upon the halls of Cromdale. The Macdonalds they returned again, the Camerons did their standards join, Macintosh played a bloody game upon the halls of Cromdale. The Gordons boldly did advance, the Frasers fought with sword and lance, the Grahams made the heats to dance upon the halls of Cromdale. Then the loyal Stuarts wi' Montrose, the boldly set upon their foes, laid down low wi' Hieland blows, laid down low on Cromdale. Of 20,000 Cromwell's men, 1,000 fled to Aberdeen, the rest of them lie on the plain. They're on the halls of Cromdale. Of 20,000 Cromwell's men, 1,000 fled to Aberdeen, the rest of them lie on the plain. They're on the halls of Cromdale.
There we go. And I said Campbell's farewell to Redcastle, and I meant the Hawks of Cromdale. My brain is mush today. Gloria said in a comment earlier on, remember and get some rest. I think you're right. Oh, sorry, Robin. No, I was a Campbell before I was married. Don't think there's a Campbell in New Zealand. Funnily enough, I stay with friends in Cromdale when I come to Bonnie, Scotland. It's all getting too much today. All these tie-ins are just getting And Stevie Hughes says, how we miss the Corries. And Mrs. Pat up the road says, we do. She's there. You guys get them a lot better than I did. I'm going to play you another wee quick video because I wanted to fit this one in today. There's a chap in Wishaw, Wishy, as they say down there, just near Hamilton and Motherwell in Lanarkshire, called Tom Killen. Now, Tom got very involved in when we were doing Tunes in the House in COVID times, and lovely man, and I've just messaged him and things, but a very unassuming man, and just plays all the old tunes and that, and he put this one into, and it's a wee French one, I think, and I can't mind the name of it, so if anybody can remember the name of this, but this was Tom on Tunes in the House, so I'm going to play this wee video now, and it's a lovely wee track, so enjoy. Here you go. There we go. That was Tom Killin there playing. Great. It's lovely. And that was in COVID days when we were doing all this stuff joined over the internet. Because Fiona Paul is on keyboard there. She's in Carnwath. Good old names, Scottish names, aren't they? Carnwath. And who else was there? I think Adam was there in Milnathort or Kinross. And Martin MacLeod, of course, was in Pitlochry now residing in Glasgow. So that was that. One wee tune for you before we go today. Here, Adeline says, "Is that tartan shoes do has on?" Aye, it is Royal Stuart tartan shoes. So I had the green tartan ones on before, and my wife Karen really doesn't like this ones at all. So she says she wouldn't go out with me if I've got them on. That's up to her. I'm going to finish off with a wee tune by Andrew Hewson. It's a wee two-step called Willie and Bertha's Boston. Willie and Bertha live in the Skerries. That's the islands off the east coast of Shetland. To the next stop after Skerries is Norway. We used to get and play there quite a lot. Oh, Mrs. Woods just put on, "They are awful." See you in a wee while, dear. There we are. That's us finished for today, folks. We are going to see you hopefully next week for the SaxaVord Sessions, all the way from the SaxaVord Spaceport on Unst. Beautiful Unst. Hopefully we'll catch you every Sunday at 1:30. We're going to bring in some guests and things from next week on, just a quick 5-minute bit in the middle. And we might even see if we can get somebody to come on for Shetland Real, which is the factory next door where they make the gin. Shetland Real gin. If you've not tried that, apparently it's very, very good. I'm not good at endorsing alcohol since I don't drink it, but it's difficult. Davey, have you had the Shetland gin? Davey says it's the only gin he can drink. Fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us. It's been a pleasure again. I'm away to see if we can buy a new brain somewhere, and that'll be fine. Right, take care, folks, and we'll see you next week. Cheers.